Hello and welcome back to J.P.'s World of Wrestling. I am your man J.P. So today's video, uh, two purposes for it. The first and foremost, I want to address a couple of issues that I've noticed. So usually I use an app called CapCut to edit my videos. But for whatever reason lately, CapCut just hasn't been working correctly and hasn't really been working properly. So I haven't really used it for editing my videos. I really have been just posting my videos just as is. Usually I like to cut off like the last couple seconds that just shows me turning off the camera. But for whatever reason, it's just not working. And I've noticed that the image is kind of reversed now for whatever reason. I don't know why. Like, it looks like the Hogan poster's on the other side and it's backwards. I don't know. I don't know why that is either. But nevertheless, I'm not tech savvy enough to kind of figure out why all this is happening. I barely know how to use my editing app, and it is what it is. Okay, so I went out of town over the weekend, and I got a couple of pickups. Um, I was in a little town called Macon, Missouri, and in Macon, Missouri over the weekend they had this event called the Flywheel Reunion, where it's just a bunch of the main purpose is a bunch of like old like steam engines on display, but they also had a bunch of vendors, sort of like kind of like a I don't know big outdoor flea market slash swap meet or whatever. But they had several vendors, and one of them was selling a bunch of stuff from like board games to Hot Wheels to action figures, and included in those action figures was a couple of wrestlers that I picked up. Now she was selling a bunch of like Jack's Pacific figures, and I mean I could have picked those up, but I don't know I'm really not crazy about the idea of collecting all the Jack's Pacific figures. Just because with Jack's Pacific there were so many of them, I don't know. I don't think that I would ever get all of them. And even if I did, it's not going to be like the big epic collection that like a Globe collection or a Hasbro or an LJN collection would be. So I might just stick with the three that I have. Later on down the road, I might collect one here and there. I don't know, but I collect WCW figures, and I picked up one, and it's this one. Kevin Nash, Original San Francisco Toy Makers. Now, Original San Francisco Toy Makers also made these. These are like the hard vinyl rubber sort of LJN style figures. But then they started making these instead. Hard plastic figures with a little bit of articulation, and you turn it, it's got this weird like action. I don't know why that is. I don't know what the purpose is. But as you can see, it's got this thing to put your finger, so you could do that. I don't know where in the world you would use that in a match. I don't know. Nevertheless, I still kind of like these figures. Um, but yeah, she had this one, and so I collected it. And there it is. Kevin Nash, Original San Francisco Toy Makers. Pretty cool. And then the other one I picked up was this one. Late 90s Big Boss Man Bendy. Although the bend has kind of gone out of it kind of a little bit, so There's not really a lot of bending you can do. I just thought it kind of looked cool. So yeah, Big Boss Man Bendy. Pretty neat. Now the same vendor had a couple of these like little generic wrestlers that kind of looked like generic Galoob figures. I mean, they were the same size as the Galoob figures, but they were like really generic. You know, neither one was a named wrestler. It had to just basically like basic wrestling trunks on, and I thought about getting those guys just because, oh, you'll use them as enhancement talent, but you know, my funds were kind of limited. This event cost, you know, $10 to get in, so we kind of walked around. It was blazing hot. I mean, it was in the 90s, plus it was humid, and so we really didn't want to walk around a whole lot in the sun. So we just kind of went inside where there was other vendors and just kind of sat there and hung out. But anyway, just thought these were a couple of cool pickups. I don't know what I was just doing there. Okay. So that's my weekend pickups, and address the issues of the non-edited version of these videos being posted. There's not really any way around it. Whenever I try to go in to edit them, CapCut just kind of like, it compresses them first and then it puts it in my gallery, and then I can't watch it. For whatever reason, it just won't let me view it. So I have to just, post them just as is, and hopefully it's not too distracting for you. Hopefully you can still kind of enjoy what I'm doing. But anyway, that is going to do it for this video. So, if you're new here, go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel, and you can share it on social media too. That's okay too. And I will see you next time.